Back and bold. Zachy boy, fresh off the travel blues, was in the jungle all alone, disconnected from social media. What happened to you? Are you getting scared and lonely up in the Northeast, or what's going on?
This guy just makes the most random assumptions of all time. It was like 30 minutes outside of the city. I just wanted to, I don't know, you go a couple weeks waking up and you go on your phone and social media and you're like, Jesus Christ, this is just like taken over for no reason. So I was like, you know what, I'm just gonna, it's like $120, just go to a place like 30 minutes outside of the city, private pool, just restaurant and hammock and in nature, just cut off social media for the week. So yeah,
It looked
why
nice. It was a
not?
little resort or what?
Yeah, I was like little villas in a resort. Yeah, it was chill. Just cut off the socials, deleted the apps. Honestly, I still have them like deleted, but you can still access them. So it's nice not having it just like in the locations where you typically click. But yeah, that's all I did. Nothing crazy.
It's we're gonna talk about two things: the travel blues, because that happens all the time when you're on the road, especially solo dolo. But first, that phone, man, like, because now, I mean, so much what I do with business and the bold perceptions and everything, it revolves around this freaking phone, right? So I remember like a week ago, I put the phone down because we're on there freaking 8 hours a day. You know, that's how you make money. That's how you do shit. Like it's nonstop. And I put it down, and I'm sitting here. I'm like, if I didn't have my phone, how weird life would be, in Brazil, where I'm at in the city. And it was a weird feeling about like, okay, what the hell, what can I do? Like, I can't go down to an office and meet people and talk to them. Like, I'm stuck on this phone. Like, I have to use it and do different things with it. Or it was weird. Like, documenting all these travels, like, that's a huge part. Like I said, if I wasn't doing bold perceptions, I probably would have stopped traveling by now, or I wouldn't be doing it as much, I think. And I don't know, for like the bold perceptions, like a journal, like a travel journal, and then I look back and I'm like, oh wow, this is super cool. Or I know when I'm going to a place, like yeah, I'm gonna make some, journal entry or video and documentation of it. Like there's a purpose. But then
Yeah.
it's like, is it just online? Is it just like an internet thing? And I don't know. You start going down these rabbit holes, and especially when you're fucking doom scrolling or whatever, and watching the videos. But it's a weird Pandora's box for sure.
Yeah, I mean, it definitely takes up our time. I mean, even as simple as some Instagram stories, like if we take content of our drone shots or whatever, it's like getting those drones, putting it on my hard drive so then I can take it off some of my memory card, then transferring that onto my phone, and then like cutting down some of the clips. Sometimes I just do that, and it's just to like do a story or a reel, and I'm like, I've been doing this for 30 minutes, just like for one clip. It's just random things like that when you are on your phone and time just passes by for like some of the most simple things. I think about that all the time. I'm like literally sitting there. I'm like, I've been on my phone, like getting clips and doing all this stuff for an hour and a half. And I'm like, Jesus Christ. Sometimes it can be very annoying. So I agree.
I will say though, when you get back, like when I get really drunk, usually, and I start going through like all the different things, and it's like a flood of memories because you have it all saved and it's there, and so that's valuable. Like I enjoy that a lot. Like it's like growing up, my mother did one of those books. They have photos in there. It used to be a big thing in USA. Like the moms would all get together and make cute little books with the photos and write what happened there.
Yeah. Yeah,
Photo
my
books.
parents have that like every year. Like even
Yeah.
with sports, like, oh, you're on this basketball team, they just have like um, a sheet right there that says this is the team you're on in the year and all of that, and you know, I agree.
That's what Instagram does for me. Like all of a sudden I go back in there and just like holy shit. But then you guys start thinking, okay, nowadays with the internet we're building, while we're traveling with different businesses and online presence. But then you're like, it's all in these screens. Like, is it even reality? Is it even real life? But then you say, okay, well, damn, because of this, I met this person, that person, I built this relationship, or this influenced that person. So it's this weird balance of is it real, but then it's not. But then it's the whole world is on the internet now. So I don't know, man, but I think it's only going more and more towards it. Obviously, you got the AI cruising, and we're gonna get the virtual reality and so forth. So, I mean, you gotta go with it and prepare and so forth.
Yeah, I do think we need to like I think about that though. You've kept the journal of the podcasts and some of the vlogs and all of that, and I have videos and stuff from Bariloche, Argentina, Paraguay, like the city, even Maceo, like everything. I still have that. I just haven't turned them into vlogs. But I think about that versus like journaling. Like if you think about our parents, my parents didn't journal, but when you hear from other people that weren't a part of technology, it's like some of these people that are very successful now, they're like, yeah, I literally have a journal of like every day for the last 20 years. So I think about that where it's like, yeah, we do have video and stuff that we can look back on, but there's so much stuff on the internet that we have so much video and photos that we just kind of forget about it versus like as simple as just like writing in a journal and tapping into like our own like creative writing energy versus just like snapping photos and snapping videos and things like that. So I mean, I think about that on my morning walks instead of taking my phone out, like no phone at all, just a normal walk without freaking headphones, without listening to a podcast. I do that pretty often because I'm like, I just need to think on my own instead of having another voice or another podcast in my ears. But yeah, we're getting to the point where things are right. There's going to be a lot of people who don't have the self-awareness for that, and social media is going to take over even more than what it's already done.
But let's go back and think about like a lot of influential people in the past or how they're remembered. Like it's books, it's obviously like the architecture, what they built. But a lot of people, it's like they wrote a book or they had the Homer's Odyssey. So is that no different than someone's modern day blog? Like back then, you had to have the funds to make the freaking book. Now you just have to have a computer and you can do it yourself. You know, you can post all these different things. So is this modern form of it with the posting on the internet, this is going to be the same as that? And then here's what I've been thinking too, like the bold memoir. I've had that hashtag on a lot of posts. I've done a lot more in the videos now, but I was doing a lot of photos, right? And my idea was to take all that and make like a coffee table type book with all the posts and the words I say on there. And that's like physical. That's in the real world. That's like, that could go somewhere, do something. So
Yeah.
I don't know. There's some sort of balance. I'm happy that we can even do it. Like back in the day, we'd be shut out unless we have a book deal or, you know, a lot of influence and so forth. So it's an
Yeah.
interesting dynamic.
I mean, I like that. There's just something with tapping into like writing and reading a book. Like I would rather read a book than sit there and read a blog post. Like I'm still staring at a screen, and you know what I mean. Like there's just something about sitting in a chair and reading a book and not staring at a screen and being on the internet. Where I think just over time, if we're just staring at a screen on the internet, just consuming everything that way, like our brains are gonna. Some of us are probably gonna be real stupid in 25 years. Same with headphones. Like we're probably gonna be deaf.
Of course that, but I'm saying like we
Great.
can take all this stuff we've done and make it physical in the real world, like a blog post. You
Yeah.
can make a book out of it easy, right? So, but okay, travel blues. Yeah, you finally started hitting it. I think like hard. This usually happens to me if I'm solo traveling by myself, like every 4 months, where I'm just like sitting in a place like, what the fuck am I doing? Family's thousands of miles away. No one speaks my language. What am I? Like, what is the meaning towards this? Where am I going? Like you start having all these existential type thoughts on the road. My biggest advice on that part is okay. Don't just get absolutely belligerently hammered. Don't make any decisions. Like don't just book a flight or start texting your ex girlfriends or all these different people. I mean, sometimes if it's good, like I've done crazy stuff like that and it worked out good or it was meant to happen. But I go to sleep. And usually when I wake up in the morning, do my affirmations, get the coffee, go on the balcony, see the view or whatever, I'm like, holy shit. I'm living a life 99.99% of the history of humanity could only dream of, and I need to be grateful, and usually I get slapped right back up. But you were going through it, huh? The travel blues, you had to get out and about, even though you were with me for a week. So I'm surprised that didn't reset the battery.
I mean, I wasn't like you're talking about the detox. That was the detox wasn't the travel blues. The detox was just like I went 2 weeks and like every morning before like doing my morning routine or going on the walk, I was scrolling, and I was like, dude, I need to not freaking scroll. That's why I went there. But before I even came to visit you, yeah, I mean, I've been here for I don't know almost 8 weeks, and it's like you don't talk to anyone. Like you don't know the language. You say bom dia, you know, muito bom. That's about like it's very minimal. So you're just talking with yourself pretty much for the entire time. You're just doing things by yourself. And yeah, I mean, I would say like if we're gonna give advice, like what you just said, when you are solo traveling and you're in a place where no one speaks the language, you're not really able to create. You're not in like this isn't like a hot spot as well for like nomads or travelers. So it's like I'm not meeting. It's not like you can meet different groups of people. There's different Facebook groups and stuff out here. I would agree with you. You don't want to like just like booze a lot, just to like kind of put it aside. Like you're basically giving yourself something to do to make it feel like you're just hitting the dopamine response because you don't have a ton of people to hang out with or talk to and all that. I would say that's not a good idea. I did that for a couple weeks on the weekends. Obviously, we're out here, Beleza vibes on the beach, so it's just like, why not have a Capriana, vodka soda, vino, whatever, and you do that for a couple days or a couple weekends, and it's just like your blues are going to go down more because you're like, well, I'm here solo, and here I am just like drinking. So I recommend not to do that. But yeah, I mean, I don't know what else. I don't know what else to say about
The biggest
that.
thing is oxytocin. You're missing any sort of comfort, okay? Because the language is different, the architecture is different. You have no friends, no family, nothing. So you're searching for the feeling of being okay, okay? And usually a lot of dudes supplement that feeling when they don't have it with women, womanizing, with drinking, with drugs, partying, and all that. And obviously that's a slippery spiral thing
Yeah.
that goes crazy. But you need, if you're actually okay, I need to talk to someone or whatnot. Oh, everyone speaks Portuguese. You need to go on the fucking beach. You need to walk in the city and just start talking to every person. Hola, excuse me, fala inglés. Okay, then not the Google Translate, but you have to grab your nutsack and go talk to everyone. Okay, you can't rely on the Tinders. You can't rely on the dating apps. Like it should work. If you listen to me, it would work, but you refuse to listen to me on that end. But you need to put it on you. Otherwise, yeah, you will sit in your room, you will doom scroll, you will get depressed, you will do all these different things. Like, you need to force yourself to be extroverted. If not, you got to go fucking home. Like, that's the simple truth to a lot of these people who, it's not going to just come to you. Sometimes when you're traveling, it does. You get lucky if you're putting yourself out there, but no, you have to put yourself out there. Then you get lucky. Then the crazy stuff happens, okay? So that's good advice for all the solo travel dudes that are worried about getting lonely. Yeah, if you're a freaking dork and you're afraid to go out there, I'm not saying this is you, Zach, but if you're afraid to freaking throw yourself to the wolves, but it's not even throwing yourself to the wolves because if it doesn't work out, you'll never see these people again. It doesn't fucking matter. You're a stranger, a ghost in these places. You can do whatever you want, basically, right? And you need to get in that mindset where I'm not like where I'm back home. If I try talking to someone, I look like a total dork, well, then they're going to tell their friend, and that friend works with me, and I'm a loser. No, it's not like that. Be free. Talk. Go. That's the biggest thing.
No, I agree with you. Even though that sounded like some lesson to me at first. But I agree with you. I'm not sitting in my room. Like, I'm going to different beaches and I've been to Praia de Ganga and like all these different activities around here. But you are doing it solo. Like what you said, you can still go out there and like do activities and do things by yourself. Like I went and drove ATVs and stuff at Praia de Ganga and like other activities and stuff like that. I probably should go around and what's up, dude? Like just speak to more people. But yeah, I mean, I wouldn't say, I agree with you though. I mean, you are pretty much a ghost in some of these countries. If you're in a second tier, third tier, fourth tier city or whatever, like no one's gonna, think about you a week later if you went and talked to a ton of people.
You have to talk
So,
to the grandmas, the dudes, the fucking kids that are begging for money on the street, like everyone. Just start shooting the shit. All of a sudden, one of the persons will be like, hey, you should come to my little asado tomorrow night. And then boom, you go there and there's freaking 5 beautiful women as well. And all of a sudden they're like, oh, gringo, what are you doing here? Let me show you this. Let me do. You have to talk to people nonstop. Drop your nuts. It's not gonna. The rejection does not matter. You'll be gone next month. If you love it, you stay there. You meet some amazing person. You can stay for 3 more. You can move there, whatever. But you need to drop the nuts and go fucking do it if you're gonna solo travel. Otherwise, you can't do it. It's not everyone can do it. Like it's very tough. You have to learn the skill. Like it's not easy to just go up randomly to someone in the street and make conversation. But you got to practice it. You got to get blown out. You got to get rejected. You got to look like a loser. And then all of a sudden you get it. And then you're like, damn, like it's charisma, it's social presence, it's gravitas, all that. And then the universe rewards you. The craziest shit is like the universe, like, damn, this person is like hacking the matrix, okay? Because you were never supposed to talk to this random person on the street. Like that's not what normal people do. But all of a sudden you do, and it's like a path in your life diverges, and it goes crazy. Like what we did in Mundo Lingo in Argentina. Imagine that if I never went up to those 2 people. I mean, it's fucking insane, right? Like that's what I'm saying.
you wouldn't have your current girlfriend if if we didn't do
Gee.
that.
Yeah, I mean a lot of the crazy stuff, you know. It's not even about that. It's just like all the other things that happen because of it and what's going on. Like that's what the universe does. It rewards people that like try to break out of whatever path they were destined to be on, type thing.
Yeah. Yeah. I agree with you on that. The more risk you take, the more the universe rewards you. Obviously, it gets easier the more you try it as well. You start understanding, like, if they don't understand you, who cares? Like, they don't even know what's going on. But I will say, like, I don't think solo traveling is. Your dad actually asked me this while we were in Curitiba, and it's kind of stuck in my mind. It was literally after the day I was leaving, and we were on the way back to the condo, and he's like, "So what? How do you handle like the loneliness of traveling solo?" I thought about it. It didn't really take that long to answer it, but it's like if you're naturally like somewhat confident in yourself and in your own skin, it's not that hard to be alone. Like that's why the solo travel piece, what we're talking about is like not being able to talk with other people and conversate with other people, I think is more challenging, but you still need to be able to be on your own. Like it's not that hard if you're on your own and you can be independent and you don't need people telling you what to do and where to go and how to act or whatnot. I personally don't think that piece of solo travel is that hard. When you're in a country where you don't know the language and no one speaks a lick of it and you have to then conversate, that makes it a little bit more challenging. But I mean, I think people should definitely like still go to a place for a few weeks and it's not that hard. The thing that makes it harder is when you do that. The girls, the women, the alcohol, you try to find like a crutch to create that dopamine or what you said, oxytocin. And that's where you become more lonely is because you're just finding crutches to kind of put yourself out there in a way. But yeah, that was a good question.
I have a great point on that. Remind me, environment after this. Okay, here's some three things that would really help when you're dealing with the lack of oxytocin. Working out, of course. Okay, get those endorphins and all that pumping and flowing. Get healthy. Massages. Okay, and I'm not just talking about freaking naughty massages and whatever else goes on, but actual legit massages because it releases a shit ton of oxytocin and comfort in your body. Okay, that's the same drug in your brain that when you hug your mother or you have a little puppy. The third thing is talking. Just give compliments out to people. Okay, so your doorman. You walk out the street, the old grandma, oh, hola, bonita shoes, whatever. Talk with your fucking hands. Just like get someone to smile. Okay, that human interaction releases something in your brain that's like, okay, I'm in a community, I'm with people. Oh, this feels good. So those are three like things you must do to not go off the deep end because I'm telling you, it'll creep up on you, and then also you'll be like, holy shit, like I'm a fucking alcoholic, or you have to get that oxytocin in your brain. You have no comfort, okay, when you're traveling in foreign different places, right? So you have to figure out these different ways. Okay, well then routine. So meditation. Okay, so when I go into my meditative state, that's like a comfort zone. That could be here in Japan or freaking back home, and I'm still in that same brain wave length. So it's a comfort thing.
Yeah.
Okay, right? Affirmations in the morning are huge for me. So I do it every time I'm in the morning. My brain state, every time I wake up, after I do my affirmations, it's like the same headspace. It's freaking trippy. Now, I've been doing it for a long time, but these are like routines, okay?
Yeah.
If you want to do your local coffee shop, find that place or the workspace. Go there at the certain time to get your routine. I highly recommend switch it up. Otherwise, the time goes super fast and you go back to autopilot, but that's another story. You got to find those different comforts. Okay, going back to your thing about being alone, like my father asking you, this is the first time he's been a month away from home. But before that was like 12 days or something. And he did it pretty well so far. But environment, okay? So similar to the whole comfort thing is a lot of people, like who they are, what they're about is all tied into like who they are in that environment back home. You know what I mean? So like the business owner.
Their identity there.
Everything is stuck. Okay, the gas station, I know this person, the local bar, my favorite football team, it's like, this is their world, okay? And it shapes a lot of like who they think they are. So when they leave this, it's like when you go like scuba diving, like with a group or something, and there's like some rich dude like back home, like a big baller, but he's just totally mogged by the scuba Chad diver Jimmy or what's that one Australian guy that died?
Steve Irwin?
Steve Irwin. So you have Steve Irwin type of guy that literally makes like $20 a day, but just has so much freaking aura. And the big CEO back home, it looks like a little freaking dork, in his arena, in his environment, right? Because he's stripped of all his power, who he is, all that kind of stuff. And it's the same idea. So these people, they leave their environment, they're lost, they're totally gone, and that's hard for a lot of people to like wrap their brains around because things start questioning everything. Who am I? What do I like? Why am I this way? And then if I don't have my social status over here, okay, then I'm a shell of myself when I'm talking to these type of people or being in a different environment, right? That's a big issue with a lot of these dudes. You see it all the time when you go to like abundant passport bro sex tourism places, right? You see like these 50-year-old dudes who are freaking getting played and roped around the finger because they're totally lost in the sauce and dorks, because they're not used to this type environment. Yeah, genius stuff right there. You guys should all be taking notes.
I'm just laughing about the Steve Irwin.
You know,
The fact
so-
that Steve
No, or
Irwin
like a
popped in your
freaking-
head there is just...
like a surf instructor. It's a great example. These dudes like are freaking beach hobos, and they have that gravitas because you're in their environment. They're the kings, and they don't give
Yeah.
a fuck who you are, what you are. And that is like you see the dudes back home that have it all, but are like lost little puppies when they're out of that environment.
100%. I mean, 100%. I mean, I think anyone, when they do travel initially, it's like what I said when I first entered Argentina. Like the first 3 days, I'm kind of like, you kind of have that oh shit moment where it's like, yeah, I'm in a completely different area, in a completely different culture, around completely different people, and you're just trying to get a feel of everything. But then after, it's totally fine. Like that's how people are going to feel. They're going to feel that sense of shock. And the funny thing is, I've heard plenty of times where people have that. Like if they go abroad for the first time and they have that feeling and they're like, nope, I'm going home. Like they don't even want to like see it to the end. They're just like, nope, I go home. Like they freak themselves out. But in the end, it's not. It's like you're creating that own fear. You just need to get used to the place you're in and the people you're around. And then, like you say, then you can be a completely different person from the identity of where you're originally from. So, yeah. But I would say, like what you said, routine, breath work, affirmations, stuff like that. If you're in a place alone, don't know the language, I guess similar to where I am now, like doing stuff like that and not boozing, but having a routine, breath work, affirmations, stuff like that to keep you like level-headed, you're going to actually feel way more confident and like way better in a place that you don't know by doing stuff like that. Like you're going to want to go talk to people or go do activities or meet people out of random. You don't need the alcohol. You're going to feel way better doing things like that where you're like rebuilding the confidence in a new place. So I would agree with that for sure.
If people can stay sober, like there's obviously amazing experiences when you're boozing on the road, but dude, you do so much more stuff. So much more stuff when you're sober traveling. You're not bogged down and you miss a day or you're hungover or all that. Like if you can stay off the booze, like you can freaking take over a city and do every activity in 2 days. And so I definitely would mix it up for sure. But anyways, so my AI guy, my Brazilian one, came down 17 hours. Okay. He had a situation, then he decided that, hey, I needed like a fresh perspective and I need to just get away, okay? So he drove 17 hours down to Curitiba, and my father's in town, so like we're all meetings, we're doing this real estate thing, and 17 hours to meet a stranger that we met. Oh, I met him through a gringo that I met a long time ago, through like he connected me with him, but he met him in person, so we've been working on this thing for like the last couple months, and now we're going on to like the next phases. And this dude dropped everything. He bought a Starlink, and he said, I'm going to drive 17 hours, sleep in the car. He got a hotel down here for like until my father leaves, and he's going to go on the beach, and then he's going to come back up here to finish some stuff. But isn't that wicked? This dude's like 27, 28 now, got the American client. He's got a couple other back in Guyana, but he just dropped everything, 17 hours down here, like just freaking living. You know what I mean? It's amazing. What do you think about that?
I mean, I love when people do that shit. It reminds me of me when I left during COVID. I woke up hungover one morning and I was like, nope, I'm going down to Florida for the next 4 months. And then I just booked an Airbnb and I left 3 days later and I drove down. I love when people do that stuff because it's like kind of like you hit that breaking point. You want to try something new. It's like there is no disadvantage to that. There absolutely is no disadvantage. It's only a net positive. And it's cool that he came to meet you guys and you guys can meet in person because that's really cool from a business standpoint. just in general, creating like personal connections. Did I see that he's in a nice place too? You were like, oh, he's got a few American clients now. Look at him go or something.
Yeah, staying at freaking Albatel. It's the building we just closed 2 units on with the client. So it's like a really nice place. I'm like, oh shit, he's spending my money nicely. But he's doing that to like, because he's working like nonstop on what we got going on, and we're trying to like get it all in within this week. But then by the beach, he's gonna go sleep in his car because Coritiba is like, nah, I don't feel comfortable like parking somewhere here and passing out or on the in the car. But yeah, dude, it's amazing. And then, dude, because I tweeted about it, and the first one did some numbers. People were like, oh, I'll hire him because I said in the tweet, I said this guy, I told him, you need to record this shit. Do the like, hey, day one, I'm packing everything up in my car, driving 17 hours, to do AI solutions or whatever, some crazy hook, and show this dude like taking the jump. He's hustling. Now he's meeting with his clients. Show a little bit of Brazil. He speaks fluent English. I'm like, you need to record this and freaking post it online. Because especially on Twitter, dudes be like, damn, I like this guy. I need him for this. Especially AI now. Everyone wants some AI dude. And so I gave him one of my cameras. So he's gonna start doing with the Insta360. I got rid of that thing, and he already was recording today. It was funny at the bakery. But and then so I reposted like, hey, he's fucking here.
Wait, you gave him this?
Yeah. Yeah. And so I reposted that he's here, and another dude, 2 dudes hit me up like, hey, I'm looking for a co-founder. Please have him contact me. So it's been like 4 guys that have reached out just from those 2 tweets to get him business. And I'm like, dude, imagine if you're doing this yourself on Twitter. Like it's not just some random gringo. Yeah, but they trust me. They trust Mr. Bold Perceptions. But anyways, I think it's freaking amazing. I think it's balls deep. I think another thing is Twitter is massive for this kind of stuff, like networking with people actually doing stuff. I don't know about selling. That's what they all say too on Twitter. Like Twitter's for like, networking with other people that are doing shit, and then Instagram's for like all the normies buying your shit. You know what I mean? So, but I love it.
I don't know. I think people sell on Twitter. Like, I'll see accounts like blow up in like 2 weeks just because they have a ghostwriter or they just start tweeting some crazy shit, and then they start coming out with guides and they send people into the Telegram and stuff like that. Like, people definitely sell on Twitter, but Instagram's just more of like the flexing selling. I think you can sell on both.
Yeah, but I love that stuff. That's someone taking life in his own hands, and it's always like the pain that gets someone to make massive change, right? So you get some issue, and that's why he kind of said, I need to just go, and not running away from it. Like he's fine with it, but just like, hey, this is my time to take a risk, take a jump, and see where it goes. He's a great kid too, really freaking nice. I don't trust Brazilians. Okay, I've had a lot of issues with them, and I was very straightforward with them doing business at the start. But so far, he's been a pleasure to work with. So I tweeted, I think he's single-handedly giving me faith in Brazilians, doing business again here. So shout out to him. And what else do I got in here, dude? We're both JUCO boys. Okay, if anyone doesn't know what that is junior college in USA. It's kind of where you go if you were terrible with the grades, or like you're a good athlete, terrible with the grades, so you couldn't get into the big universities. Or it's people that just like want more opportunities to like say screw it. So like dudes like Aaron Rodgers went to JUCO, Cam Newton for the grade problems, but it's like The Last Chance. If you've seen Netflix, The Last Chance U, great series, amazing series. It's the freaking jungle. It's like dog eat dog. Some dudes are fresh out of jail. Some dudes, if they don't make it here, they're going to the streets. And I just saw on season 5, the last season of the football Last Chance U, they had this California team, and that's non-scholarship. So all those dudes are really hustling, like living 6 to a bedroom because it's so expensive in California. And it was based in Oakland, Laney College. And it was like this really nice guy has been there for like 40 years coaching, Coach John Beam, and just this nice guy, not even like a hard-ass football coach. And he got shot, and he's in critical condition. I'm pretty sure he's the only guy that got shot, too, in the field house, double-tapped. And everyone's like, their heart is pouring out for this guy because he seemed like a really nice guy. Everyone's only said good things about him, but I think it's like a former player or something is messed up. But I don't know.
Wait,
I saw
a former player shot him
because he's the only guy that got shot in the field house, like their little facilities. So it seems like there's some weird grudge going on. And but yeah, it just brought back those JUCO memories. So I think we're gonna kind of go back and forth quick on that because that was crazy.
Yeah, you want to talk about JUCO? I mean, if you guys don't know, if you guys are traveling people, like JUCO is like what Nick said. Either you're someone like underprivileged, don't have good grades, or you're like a really good athlete, but you're from an area that doesn't have much recruiting. So in the United States, like if you're in the southern states, like Florida or Texas for football or baseball, you get recruited more because you play baseball or you play the sport like all year round. Where usually Midwest guys will do junior college. But yeah, there's lots of people that do junior college. We both did junior college. I did junior college baseball, then played D1 baseball after that. And it's usually just like a place that you go to get more reps, to play better competition, and pretty much just get more offers like you see on Netflix. But it's not all like Last Chance U, I would say. Not a bunch of always hoodlums, but I would say it's more in football. You could probably talk to that. I mean, there's more in baseball, not really, but in football, it's more. You got a little bit more different types of people from all over.
Total shit show in football. Total shit show. Like, we had a lot of dudes from the south side of Chicago, probably like 20 of them, okay, that grew up with Chief Keef, King Von, like, were banging, like, not the good dudes. Like, we'll end up bonding, but, I mean, scary people, right? And then Florida hoodlums, okay, there's a ton of Florida ones that went to the JUCOs up north. And, but yeah, I think a lot of people, when I go to these, like, crazy places and dangerous spots, at least the last years, like, I was really into that. Not as much anymore, but I saw a lot of favelas, slums. Like, I just didn't give a fuck. And like, aren't you scared or are you crazy? It's like, I think JUCO shaped a lot of that because I went into JUCO, a delusional suburban Minnesota white boy, and I went into the freaking jungle. Okay, and I kept that delusional mindset and freaking got shot at, got people threatening to beat me up, yelling at me. I mean, it was total madness. But I was so freaking delusional that I just slapped them all up. It was insane. And they're like, what? Is this kid freaking crazy? Like, what is wrong? Like, the white boy, you know, like, what are those, like, I didn't dress like a frat boy, you know, but, like, just picture that. Like, you know, those kind of guys. Like, who the fuck is he talking to us like this? Like, is he crazy? And it worked, though. Okay, I went through a lot of stuff, but then I ended up winning. And it was funny because they were Facebooking about it the other day because it was 10 years since we went to the national championship. It was the first non-scholarship, because we were non-scholarship, the only Minnesota and California to make it to the national title. Okay, and they're like, "Oh, this is the best team that ever wore the jersey." And then they were talking about me in the comments, like, "Oh, you know, because Rooney, you had all this stuff. I was first team All-American, all that kind of stuff." And it was just funny thinking about like that mindset that goes in there. It's like if you are crazy enough, you're gonna get tested for sure because they're like, "This is horseshit.
Yeah.
This guy
Yep.
is he can't handle it." Like, you know, so they're going to test you hard. But once you beat them and you go back, they're like, holy fuck, this kid's the real deal. And you go down with all the respect, you know, legend status and so forth. You got to win. You got to make results and so forth. But it's the same as going into these slums in these hoods. These dudes are like, okay, we're going to get this guy. But if you don't back down, usually you come out with respect. Now, I wouldn't be like an idiot. Like, I did fight a couple guys during practice. Like, they would come at me and then they would hold back. And those kids would beat my ass. They're like 6'5", 250 pounds, like thugs. You know what I mean? But just the fact that you did it, you know what I mean? And I knew in the back of my head, well, they're not going to kill me here, right? Like,
But outside of like your personal experience, I have something to say about that. JUCO, like a lot of people, just because they don't know about it, like JUCO, I would say is just as good typically in most sports. If you go to a decent one, is like D2. And the thing about JUCO, it's like the level of athleticism D2. Like there's some dogs in JUCO, and the thing is with JUCO, there is no limits. There's no like practice time limits like they have at D1, D2, D3. And so even though you have people that might be from different areas or maybe, you know, they don't do well with coaching or criticism, like in your case, like you can go, a lot of JUCO guys will fight like in any sport, you know, stuff like that. But that's the whole point of JUCO is it breaks guys down for the next level. And so a lot of the people that I know play JUCO in football and baseball. It's like then you go to a high level, a Division I level, and you've worked way harder than what you even do at D1. And then you help the freshmen and the sophomores because it's like a grinding place. Like you don't go there for school. 80% of it is sports and working out. And you're doing 2-a-days, 3-a-days at certain times, like because there are no hours. Like the coaches do not give a fuck. They're just there to literally like grind you down and be like, are you tough enough to be here or not? And so that's typically what happens. Guys will leave within weeks, within the first semester. your teams scrap down, and that's why a lot of JUCO guys, like you hear about them, like they have good mindsets, they have good work ethics, because when you go to the next level, it's like, this is easy because you have to stick within a certain boundary of practice. And usually when you're in JUCO, you're dealing with tons of people with egos, with not good attitudes, that can't take criticism. The coaches are grinding you down to the grindstone just to get you to quit. They want you to quit. That's the whole point. And so usually you get to that point and you're just like in a position where you work harder than the majority of people, and you can kind of be a leader in the next level because of that. So I would say that about JUCO. If people don't know about that, like that's kind of the why they say JUCO's a grind. Like it creates people, creates character.
It's complete the most dog eat dog sport level probably in USA, besides like fighting. Like it's the harshest thing you can go through. And you gotta remember, if these dudes don't play, they're done. Like everyone, if they don't play, they're screwed. Okay, they can maybe redshirt or whatnot, but it's like not like a freshman or a sophomore in NCAA where like, oh, I gotta wait my turn. It's like, no, you need to perform. You need to be the guy now, or you're going back to the street. Okay, these dudes aren't going to 4 year school. Like it's like unless they get a scholarship, right? So people slinging dope all the time. We have so many drug dealers, so many. Every day was a fight. There's people, by the middle of the season, the ones that are like, they bought in or, they respect the coaches. Okay, then there's not as many fights. But even my first year, we had a playoff game, and some dude got spit on. This dude was like 6'6", like 260, a freak, a DN from New Jersey. He got spit on in the game. We ended up winning this game, but then he like punched the guy, so he got kicked out. The other guy spit on him, like grabbed his dreads, and that's like a big no-no, right? And so he waited outside their locker room, and of course, so we won. We're celebrating on the field, and that team like went back to their locker room, and he was there all alone. There's a video of it on the internet, I think, still, because they released the CCT footage, and he's standing there, this 6'6", like 260-pound dude with this fucking helmet off, and the whole team. Opposite team is coming back to their locker room, and he just starts wailing on guys, like taking on like 5, 10 at a time, and then all of a sudden we saw this, and like the whole team started running over, and it was an all-out brawl. I mean, it was insane. So, like that's the type of people you're dealing with. We had dudes that came out of jail that were there, military guys that did their time, came. It was a crazy time, but it puts hairs on your balls. You know what I mean? And then for the rest of your life, it's good if you can make it through. But not many make it through.
No. When people deal with any of that, they quit. I'll go back to my hood, I'll go back home, or they'll just stay there because they have somewhere to live, essentially, and they just won't be on the team. It's a lot of different types of people.
We had one dude, he's still there in the area, but he actually got like a decent job, some blue collar stuff, but he's from wherever Youngboy is. He knew NBA Youngboy, grew up with him. Like he was showing photos. Like when Youngboy came there, he went to the concert in Minneapolis. Like they're close, but he came from that area, which is like total fucking war zone, right? And then he like set up a life there. He got a good job, Minnesota. Like he's safe, and he was a really kind guy. But then he tell you stories, you're like, what the hell? Like that's the other thing about JUCO is you get in to hear like how other people are living that are not as privileged as you, and you're like, holy shit, like it gives you a different perspective. Like the Southside guys, their mindset is like I can relate and understand like the King Bongs and the Lil Durks a lot more after being around them for 2 years, because that their life is so like limited in an area, and it's do or die, and their best friend from middle school is on other gangs, so then they start shooting each other. They used to play video games a couple years before. It's insane. Like imagine every day not knowing if you can walk to the grocery store over there without getting shot by the ops. I mean, that would put some crazy PTSD and all that shit in there. You know what I mean? So very interesting characters for sure.
Junior college football is definitely different with the characters. Baseball, we would just deal with the Puerto Ricans. If they didn't get drafted at 16 or 17, they were going to junior college because they couldn't go to real college. And so you'd have these absolute dogs from Puerto Rico, but they're in the state of Iowa. Like, imagine being 17 from Puerto Rico. All you've done is baseball. It's like you either are a farmer or you become a professional baseball player. And it's like, you're going to go to Iowa or Montana or fucking Oklahoma, and you're just going to play baseball for a year or two, and hopefully you get drafted out of there or somehow get, a college like visa to play at a Division I college somewhere. And then even then, like those kids would have egos. Like, oh, I'm Puerto Rico, I do this, I do that. They pimp job everything. It's crazy, but not as much as what you're talking about.
No, I highly recommend everyone watch, even if you don't like American football. It's way more than that. The Last Chance U, especially season 3 and 4 with Coach Jason Brown. That guy's he's going viral now with this podcast and his tweets. You watch that stuff, man. It's a freaking great series about like American dog eat dog football type stuff. Let's definitely watch it. But Zachy boy, I've been on the hunt for an American watch brand. Like not many are just totally made. They use like Swiss movements or Japanese movements, but at least assembled in USA. That I can like rep USA type watch like around the world. And I want like a GMT or a world timer because obviously that's what I do. I travel a lot. And I think I found one, man. I've reached out a lot in the past, and not many have gotten back to me. But now that I'm making deals, like I did the Pangia Pass one, I'm starting to like, hey, I see this affiliate angle, especially with products that I like, what I trust. I'll pitch the Pangia Pass, $27 a month, unlimited data, 100 plus countries. Use code BOLD for sure. Check the link below. Zach's on it. A lot of these guys are on it. They like it. Huge fucking issue going to different countries and having to do the SIM card thing. But anyways, I'm trying to do that with a watch brand now. What do you think about that, huh? Leveraging little personal brands. Like, do you know how cool that would be? Like, okay, you can a freaking Pepsi Rolex is like the most famous traveler watch, but everyone's done it. It's like you're just copycatting, right? It's not like you make that cool, but now all of a sudden you're wearing a watch that you're with the owners, the founding people, the brand, and it's like you're building together, and that's a way cooler vibe, and it's in USA, right? Than just being a copycat. Now, if you're a big time professional athlete and Rolex is sponsoring you or whatever, then it makes sense. But I want this micro brand thing to go through because it'd be so cool. I could do all this content for them, so cool, videos, photos, and like the weirdest places, and it'd be great.
I mean, I think it's smart. I think a lot of these these brands that aren't super well known too are more interested in those micro niche personal brands as well. Like they're not interested in the people with 1 million followers anymore. They're interested in people with 5, 10, 20,000 followers because they have a more like committed customer base, I guess you could say. You see more eyes. You see like less popular eyes, which and it costs them less money. So, I mean, I like the idea. I've always thought about it as well, but like you said, it's kind of hard to get in contact with those brands.
So here's what I did. So previously, I messaged their main page. Okay, so no one's gonna see that shit. I sent out some emails too, but this time, like I went and found the people a part of the company, and I went to their personal Instagrams, and of course, those are way easier to get in contact with. So I shot out a couple of messages earlier today because I saw. No, here's the thing. I saw this brand on eBay, and I was like, I've heard of VAER before. But it was like kind of more homage type, but it was USA assembled. And then I went on eBay and I started looking into it. I'm like, because I typed in vintage GMT, and I want some just vintage badass look. And one of these watches came up for probably like $675, but it's retailing at like 900. So I'm like, oh, okay, this is barely worn. I'll pop an offer on this guy. And then I'm like, wait a second, why don't I just hit up this micro brand and see if we can make this deal? Because dude, if you do freaking cool travel things and you put it in the bio, or you make just whatever it's called, UGC, like a normal UGC video. Hey guys, like I've been traveling the world and doing here and here. This is the watch I use, or this is stylish, and it has the GMT function so I can keep track of time back home. Like that's worth money, to these people, especially if they post on their page. You partner up, so not even if your page is not that good, it's still like, damn, this is actually being used for the intended purpose of traveling, in cool places. So yeah, I'm like, why the fuck am I not hitting this guy up like I was hitting brands up like 6 months ago? So we'll see. But yeah, I think that's the best thing. You got to go to like, not the main page. You got to go find the founders and the assistants and all them, and then just try to pitch it. But if I was a micro brand, that's all I would do. So basically, they guys just send me a watch. Okay, so what, $900? They send me a watch, and I say, look, I'm gonna do fucking.
Yeah, but it doesn't cost them $900.
Exactly. Yeah. So it's like $400, and you're gonna get a bunch of content and someone that's like repping your brand and so forth. So I gotta put together all my.
I've tried to do that before. I've tried to do that with luggage, travel backpacks, also watches. It's just you got to be like consistent with them. Like I tried to do that for the last 1 or 2 years. Like every time, I just reach out to people too late. To be honest, I've always tried to do the same thing where it's like I'm going on this business class flight. I'll document it on a YouTube video and, Instagram reels and whatnot, but it's like 2 weeks before. And then you're like kind of scrambling to try to, it's like, oh, well, they're going to have to ship it to me and get me this stuff. But even then, like, yeah, if you do content and you can find ways to do that, I don't see the problem with being able to affiliate, get free product. I mean, I look at it as it would be cool to find a clothing brand where you could use an affiliate code as well and like make commissions off that. I think that'd be cool. But sometimes, right, these smaller clothing brands, they don't have the affiliate codes or they don't do the influencer marketing. But I mean, why not? Why not get free product or free clothes or things like that and then just tag them?
See, the only thing I'm really interested in is stuff that I use or think is like super cool. Okay, so like Pangia Pass, that was something I've been wanting for years. So I'm like, this is a no freaking brainer if it works, right? And also, they got me thinking. I did a podcast with this wine guy, Peruvian dude, who's trying to put Peruvian wine on the map. And he worked at some high-end restaurants in New York, so they think they're going to get that bottle into New York. And if it gets it in New York, then they're going to promote the fuck out of it in Peru. Like, hey, this is the gringos are all drinking this. Why aren't we celebrating our wine better? Because it's very under the radar compared to like obviously Chile, Argentina, but they have similar vineyards and similar stuff that tastes just as good, right? And so I'm talking to this guy, and I'm like, damn, bro, like we got to do like a special version of 1,000 bottles of like me and you, bold something, like a different version of wine, and that's like what I'm interested in. Okay, I like wine. I think it's freaking cool. I want to sell it. I got to be able to sell this stuff. Like I want to put my energy into it because I know it's going to help the dude buying it, right? So that's what I'm saying. Like this watch company, like I actually like the design. It was a little Steve McQueen kind of homage, the GMT they have, but it's a respected micro brand. You know what I mean? It's not some freaking Chinese bullshit where they try to copycat. Like it's actually a legit. They have different quirks and all that, and it's USA assembled. You know what I mean? So I'm like, yeah, I'm an American. I want to rep freaking American stuff, and I hope they come through because I would make dope content. Yeah, let's try to get like a 10% affiliate code on it. If other travelers want to watch it, but that's what I want to do. I want to partner with fucking cool brands that do like bold infused products too, and then sell it.
I agree. Yeah, if any of you guys have a brand that you're proud of, drop it in the comments down below. Or
Bro,
okay, you got a
Pangea
connection,
Pass?
or you got a connection, drop it down.
I'll show you my numbers for Pangia Pass after this. I'm like, and I've only posted 2 videos. Well, in the tweet. But I'm like, damn. Now if I want to run ads, I've never ran ads or anything on Bull Perceptions.
How many
So I'm like,
signups?
bro, I'm gonna send you it after this. I don't want to say it out loud, but it's moving. I'm like, fuck, this isn't bad at all. If anyone, okay, I get $35 per sign up, so it's not like I'm getting rich off this. For anyone that knows, I get like you save 10%, and so that I get like $35. Like it's a great deal. So, but this like I haven't boosted nothing. I'm thinking, damn, what if I put freaking $500 on this stuff and get the same amount of conversion? Holy shit, like that's not bad. I mean, you can make a decent chunk of change off affiliating. I mean, a couple dudes making millions a month, aren't they? Just off affiliate stuff. And not with their face, with their own brand. I mean, just the whole affiliate game.
Yeah, not personal brand affiliate. If we're talking affiliate marketing like the guys on Twitter, yeah, there's people doing that. I mean,
Yeah.
but you got to understand like there's a lot that goes into affiliate. Like understand how to run ads, understand how to spoof, understand domain stuff, understand direct response copy. Like there's a lot of things. But yeah, I mean, affiliate stuff is not bad. It adds up over time. A lot of people on YouTube, if they're, they have stuff on YouTube over a period of time, it ends up being 3, 5, 10 grand a month. Like, even CRMs like Go High Level. If you're a business owner, you use Go High Level and maybe you white label that to other people. I mean, you can earn some good money just affiliating products. So if there's certain things that you're using and you have a personal brand, I mean, you might as well look in to see if there's affiliate pieces to that brand. So yeah.
What's the highest percentage you can get on affiliate? Oh, for like info you can get like 50%, can't you?
I mean, it depends on the person. It depends on the individual. Like, yeah. I mean,
But more so the info stuff, the stuff that's like not like physical product, you can get a high affiliate if you sell that stuff.
well, yeah, that's just like a referral essentially at that point. Just referring someone over. Yeah, you can
Interesting
make
stuff.
that.
But if I get a product,
I mean,
that
if you guys refer me, people that want business credit and want capital for their business, you'll probably get a good referral on that. You'll probably make 500 to $2,000 on it. So
shit, where's my
depending on
money
how much
then?
capital
Fuck.
people get.
Where's my money from recommending you, big boy? I might have to get on that.
You haven't recommended me anyone
Oh, okay, okay.
that needs business capital.
My whole point is like, dude, if I can find stuff that works for me, like the Pangia Pass was freaking, that's a game changer for the traveler, and then give it to the people that listen to me. It's a win-win. It's amazing. Like I love it. You know what I mean? Like they benefit, I benefit, and it's good shit. So, hey, last thing, do you see all the tweets about Buenos Aires? Or you've been gone for a couple of days, but you seen that?
I have. I hopped on. It's all it's a bunch of crypto people. Is there like
Yes,
a crypto,
I gotta read
like,
this one. Okay, keep going before I find it.
No, I did see that. I like popped on there and they're like, this is my first time in Buenos Aires and I'm falling in love with this city. And then like I keep seeing other people that are, quoting and tweeting about it. And every time I click on their profiles, it's like some crypto person. I don't know if there's like a crypto event going on there right now, but I don't know. We're probably both gonna be in Buenos Aires at the end of the year, the last few weeks. So.
Oh my God! Look at this! Look at this!
Back in
Look at
action.
this! Yeah, it's all these freaking tech crypto dorks. You know what I mean? Like, I don't want to bash them too bad, but it's bad. Look at this. In Buenos Aires for a little over 24 hours. Already fell in love with the place. Every street corner is aesthetic. Cute little cafes, dogs, trees, graffiti. Weather, you can literally run at 1 in the afternoon without a drop of sweat. A cool breeze blows almost all the time. People are beautiful, warm, colorful tattoos. Chill in the park, soaking in the sun. Enjoy dinner on a Tuesday Eve. Streets are clean, wide, cyclists everywhere, and the Spanish backdrop just enhancing the entire vibe. Buenos has my heart. I mean, less than 24 hours, these dudes are tweeting. And bro, like, dude, there's been so many celebrities in Argentina recently too. Now we got everyone and their mother saying Buenos Aires is the best city in the world. Like something's fishy. They just signed a trade deal too. USA and Argentina.
Oh, you're thinking it's like bots or something?
I'm thinking there's like some freaking propaganda push or something. And then the craziest part is like, dude, everyone usually says Argentina.
Malay is taking the U.S.'s money and doing like the Ukraine bot shit.
But dude, listen, remember like a lot of dudes, people tweet, "Oh, Argentina's so racist and they hate anyone that's not like white person and all that."
Yeah.
And they have it's like a mix, okay? But this was usually the sentiment on social media. Like, but now all these dudes, most of them are Indian, African, like all the tweets I'm seeing, and they're like, "We love this place. This is amazing." And it's like this didn't happen like a month ago, and previously it was like, "Don't go there. It's bad for people of color." Right? Remember those viral videos that were going on about people like they were like, "Don't come here. It's bad for us." And now it's different. It's like all switched. I don't know if there's some weird psyop going on or... I mean, what they're saying is true. I mean, I love Buenos Aires.
I know.
mean,
I was going to say, like, when we went to Buenos Aires for the first time and when everyone starts, when people go there for the first month, they become Twitter shillers. They're saying exactly that. But when you do see, like, 20 in a row, I just wasn't sure if there's some, like, crypto conference and all these people are like, this might be the Nomad spot. Some person posted, like, I went and got a pizza at this place. It was like a deep dish pizza. And I'm like... I almost commented like, is that a $40 pie?
Yeah.
Because that's one thing I do know is eating out in Buenos Aires is pretty crazy right now. But I do agree. I bet you right now is probably beautiful because it's around the time. It's probably cool, 75, 80 degrees, sunny. I mean, it's probably great weather.
No, but it's Death Connect. It's like the Ethereum people. Like, they build stuff. But I was like, because I clicked on a couple of those tweets and also I'm getting thrown many more. And they're so freaking dorky. Like, I hate to be coming at people, but it's like that. It's gay, the community. You know what I mean? Like, super, and gay not in the homosexual way, but that flaming way where it's just fake. Like, I hate fake. It's super that geeky thing. And then I noticed there's so many like women now in the crypto thing. And obviously, it's the easiest thing in the world to be the woman in the crypto because like all these tech dorks and nerdy guys like see one girl and oh my god. Fall in love with me, and it's a very smart play for girls. I would definitely get in the whole crypto space, but
I feel like they're all bots. I feel like half the girls in crypto are just like fake. Yeah. They're just fake accounts because it just racks up followers, and I feel like they're just scammers. That's literally what I think. I feel like a girl crypto account is typically just like DM scammers at this point.
Makes a lot of sense. Yeah.
It's like there can't be that many girls in crypto. Like working, because they all tag the company. They're all like, I work for a Ride Chain or Pulse Chain or all this random crap. And I'm like, I mean, I've looked into crypto jobs plenty of times before. It's like they ain't hiring like that unless
Yeah, I've seen
they
some
only hire
viral.
hot 22-year-old girls.
Yeah, I was seeing some viral tweets. This one girl is like the social media manager of some AI thing in San Francisco. She's like, "Yeah, I just left high school. I'm 18 years old, like good looking chick, and now I'm the chief social officer of this company." Everyone's just like, "What is?" Because like that's what I'm saying. They say San Francisco is super super bad. Now I was there like like 8 years ago, so like I didn't know the whole scene like type shit or anything, but I just visited. But they say like it's ugly. Like the women are ugly and the dudes got all the money and they're all dorks. So like you put like a six in there, and God, she can take on the world, right? And there's some video of one of those big, I think Planeter CEO, like a woman came to the office, a good-looking woman, and he was like a total dork, a total dweeb, and it's just those crypto bros, man. You gotta watch out. Like they say, the Chinese spies. You know what I mean? A lot of them are with the Chinese woman, and all of a sudden they sell out every freaking secret because they don't understand like talking to a girl. You know?
The one thing, did you see Nomad Capitalist's video on Buenos Aires? Did you watch that?
No, I didn't watch it yet.
Oh, in the last 2 weeks? I watched it. Yeah, it's okay. I don't think it really touched on really anything great about Buenos Aires, if I'm going to be honest.
Oh, you're the BA expert now?
I mean, dude, if you're going to go there and do an hour-long documentary and you're going to talk about fucking tea, like, come on.
Tea?
Yeah, in 20 minutes on, like, tea. And I'm like, okay. They did a small segment on mate. But like they didn't even like show like walking around the city in like different neighborhoods and stuff like that. It's like that's the good essence of Buenos Aires is the city and the vibes of the city, and they just touched on like random. They did go to the Palacio Duha though, so shout out to that.
All the
Stayed there.
5 star?
Yeah, which is a good spot. But yeah, I wasn't too impressed with that. Nomad capitalist live like a king.
Yeah, I mean everyone, everyone will be like, okay, he's a dork, he's this and that, but the dude, we gotta respect what he's done, and he's built a freaking empire. Like I know what they're making, like they're not playing games with that. And
No, I know.
yeah, he's freaking got mobility up the ass, pays zero taxes, and it's so cool. Like those little series now that live like a king. Imagine that's like your job. You have a full production crew, go to these different cities, experience the best of it, and it's edited like a TV show. He's got his own little theme song. It reminds me of I think it was Burn Notice. It's very similar to Burn Notice, that spy movie or spy TV show. Like his little intro music. So like that's the vibe he's got. He's got this like international man of freedom type vibe. Even though he's he looks the way he does, but he's got a certain like swagger to him, like embodying that kind of image, But this dude came from like I think probably like a dorky background, growing up in USA, and now he's taking over the freaking world in this space. So give him a lot of credit. I've heard mixed reviews, people working with him, but that's everything. When you're that big, like you're not gonna have perfect reviews at all. And obviously he charges high prices because he can. Like he's the top dude in that whole sovereignty space.
Yeah, I agree.
Dude,
He's
their
the only one
margins
that
are
has
crazy.
like he's the only one that has that big of a brand, for sure.
Yeah,
So
it's a brand too. It's like legit. It's not your little residency Schiller type thing. Like he's the real deal. Zach, you got anything else? Oh, I was in Antonia the other day, little colonial village on the coast, the Parana coast in Brazil. Freaking gorgeous. Stayed in like the best hotel, the King Suite. 500 reais, so less than $100. Nice, beautiful balcony, 2 pools, right by the water. No beaches there, but it was like that old colonial, village on the sea, and freaking amazing, man. I love that. I'm addicted to that, the colonial village on the sea.
yeah, I was thinking about doing that. I mean, my last couple of weeks, I'm actually leaving Maceió on Monday. I'm gonna spend a few nights in Recife. I'm taking the bus. So if you guys questions about the bus in the north, I'm taking the bus there, and then I'll take the bus to João Pessoa, and then I'll figure out if I'll check out Pipa, and then I'll probably make my way down to Buenos Aires. But I was thinking about staying in a small beach village outside of Recife, but I just don't want to deal with like getting an Uber an hour and a half, 2 hours.
You're not going to Olinda?
Now I'm staying in Boa.
Dude.
I'm
Tour.
doing a experience in Olinda to see it. The reason why is like it looks cool, but all of the Airbnbs that were over there were like there was like issues with Wi-Fi stuff. Like, oh, the nicer places. I was just like, I don't know. If I'm gonna stay 2-3 nights, I'll just stay on the beach in Boa, and then I'll just do like a Airbnb experience in Olinda and check out the whole area.
You know you can't swim there, right?
Yeah. But
Okay.
like they're super affordable, like really nice apartments right there, like
Yeah,
with
it's
good
not bad.
views. So
You
I
can
mean,
like put your
I'll go swim in Joe Pessoa when I'm there. It's like I can
you
take
can
a
put
3 days
your
off.
like feet in the water, but I won't go too far deep because I guess supposedly they put a port in or something and it destroyed the coral, and then the sharks came, and at one point it was like top 10 in the world for shark attacks. But on Linda, they have like a closed off thing where you can go swim. It's near there. So they have some like swimmable beaches because it's rock or whatever, like a bay. So you can do that. But Recife is not my vibe whatsoever. Been there a couple times. It's Olinda's great though. Olinda is freaking beautiful. Porto Galinas is decent for like a
Yeah, that's
weekend.
where I was gonna go. I was gonna go to Puerto
Yeah.
Galinas, but I was gonna stay
Friday.
like it was a couple kilometers outside of the city, and it was like a surf shack, like in its own little area. I was gonna do that, but I just didn't want to. If I'm just gonna spend a few days there, I didn't want to go to Recife, then take another bus or Uber to Porto for 3 days, then go back to Recife to take a bus to Jopas. It's just like because I'm at this point I'm carrying all my luggage, so
Yeah.
it's just, I don't want to deal with all that.
Oh, Joe Pessoa,
So, yeah.
finally.
But
You're gonna
we'll
finally
have a
be
little
there.
bit more updates, and then
You're gonna finally be in Joe
check it
Pessoa.
out. Yeah, I'll probably stay in Monera, maybe Bessa.
No, Monera's a shithole. Either do the Cabo Blanco or do Bessa. But if you're going to be there for a week, just do Cabo Blanco. But Abu Cafe you have to go to in Bessa, and then I would try to do people for a weekend for sure. You could take an Uber there, get an Uber back, easy, and then yeah, the
You
Northeast
think
boy.
so? 3.5 hours? 3 hours?
People's like 2.5, 3. I did. It was like $30. Recife to Joe Pessoa is like
I was checking.
25.
It was like 100. It was like 500 reais with an Uber.
From Joe Pessoa to Pipa.
Yeah.
Shit, things are getting expensive now. You guys all missed the boat in the Northeast.
No, I will. I will. I mean, out of this entire year, Brazil's easily the most expensive country I've been to.
Yeah. Oh no, Argentina was way more.
No, I spent more here
What?
for sure. Yeah, easily.
Okay, well, Bolivia and Paraguay I can understand, but Argentina, bro, that was European level prices.
Yeah, no, I spent more here.
Damn, bro. You don't know how to move like a Brazilian, my friend.
I don't know. Maybe it'll be different in other places. Maybe Maceo's like the touristy spot. Maybe it is, but it is beautiful out here. It's dope.
You're probably getting gringo price. They're double, tripling your cost, but
You go to a
Zachy.
restaurant. You have the prices on the you have the prices on the menu.
that's the secret menu they give you, bro. You gotta say, no, give me the guy's menu on the other table.
Okay. I'm getting screwed, guys. I'm getting scammed out here.
All right, beautiful. Everyone else, live bold.